Well guys, welcome back to the channel. You could probably tell by now, but this episode is all about overexposing Kodak Ultramax 400 by shooting it at 200 ISO. Some friends and I decided to visit Detroit's Eastern Market on a really sunny day for a day of photography and some food. I had half a roll of Portra left in my camera, so I decided to use that to warm up. Check out this picture of the guy with one leg in front of this produce thing. This produce like shipment center. I just really like this picture. It screams Detroit because this guy's got one leg, but he's still got places to be, and he's not gonna let that stop him. I took a few more pictures of the people around Eastern Market and then a few of my friends, but then my camera's light meter broke. There was no amount of brute force that could bring the light meter back to life, and unfortunately it ruined the rest of the shoot for me. On the bright side, now we know exactly what underexposed Ultramax looks like. Powered by the indomitable human spirit, I picked up some new cameras, namely a Canon AE1, and then I got a Canon ELAN2, that's a lot of letters right there, and then I created these images. This location is an abandoned bicycle track. Of all the people I've talked to, no one really has any recollection of this area being actually used for bicycles, but it is a cool spot to visit every once in a while. It changes a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's the same every time. From the research I've done, it seems like Kodak Ultramax tends to get a little bit yellow when it's overexposed. I definitely see it here, although I think it adds to kind of the dystopian flair that a lot of these images have.
Last time I was here was in 2020, and they definitely cleaned it up a little bit.
I will say I definitely messed up the exposure in some of these photos, but I do remember many of them, that exposure dial was right in the middle, so we should be good. Now this is about when I went to Detroit and I took those long exposure photos of the Ambassador Bridge on Portra 800. If you haven't seen that video yet, I love the way it turned out. I definitely recommend it. I am a little biased though. All that to say, this project has been in the works for 3, maybe 4 weeks, and it has taken way too long.
Please don't fall. Too easy.
A little while later, I happened to be in Birmingham for an appointment, so I walked around a little bit and I shot some more photos.
I think this will probably be pretty good for comparison because last time it was pretty overcast and cloudy, and now it's not a cloud in the sky, super sunny. So it'll be really cool to see, you know, depending on the circumstance, how does that change what overexposing does to the film?
I've got a collection of fire hydrant pics going, so please don't judge it. Shooting in bright daylight definitely makes a huge difference with Ultramax. Everything is bright, but nothing seems quite blown out besides for the sky. These beer kegs and this post office shot both seem to have some really warm undertones in the image, and I really like that. Similarly, the IV in this shot really has a nice feel to it, and it reminds me of that one roll of Fuji Pro 400H I shot way back in 2019 before the global elites banned it from being sold, except I guess the Fuji was a little bit colder, whereas the Ultramax is a little bit warmer. So I finished up the second roll of Kodak Ultramax at the Eastern Market. We had to run it back with some cameras that actually worked this time. Unfortunately, it was not a very bright day, it was rather gloomy, however I got these images. I'd like to pop out the way red is popping in this photo. Overall, I only truly liked the overexposed photos from Birmingham when it was bright and sunny. It doesn't seem very viable to overexpose Kodak Ultramax in any other setting, really. It has a nice professional look to it if you get a lot of light and then overexpose it, but for those interior shots at the Eastern Market and anything when it was overcast, it was just kind of unpredictable and, like most of the people in our government, not really fun to look at. That's it for today. I really hope you liked this video. It was kind of a longer term project. If you're still watching this video, please go ahead and hit like. And I always appreciate a subscribe. We're almost at 100. I'm very excited about that. Thank you guys. You can also check me out on TikTok and Instagram. And I'll see you for next week's video, which is some street photography in Ann Arbor during the annual Hash Bash. I showed up, it just happened to be the Hash Bash. I shot 3 rolls of film. We got some Cinestill 500D, some Cinestill 800T, and some Portra 160. These are some of the most gangster street photography photos I have ever created. So I really hope you are here to see that.